guys, Samantha from Jessama Tutorials here, and today I'm going to be showing you a quick cane that we are going to need for my up and coming kaleidoscope tutorial. And it's basically this one over here. And it's done using bullseye canes, and I'll provide a link to the kaleidoscope tutorial when it's done. And I'll also provide a link to my bullseye cane tutorial, because you're going to need to know how to do that to do this tutorial. And so what you start with is you just start with the bullseye cane. It doesn't have to be any particular colour. I'm using black and white Primo, but you can use any colour and any brand you want. And I'm just going to start reducing it, because we want to have enough to cut out 4 pieces. And if you see a little air bubble, just go with your knife, slit in the area and smooth it out. Because sometimes, no matter how careful you are, you will trap air bubbles. So it's good to know what to do with them if you do get them. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut that in half. And we're going to cut it in half again. Okay. And then for each of these we want to pinch it into a somewhat teardrop shape. So you'll just start by forming at any point on the round a corner like that, and that's all you want to do for each one. Just want to go ahead and pinch up a corner, and it doesn't have to be precise. You just want to have a triangle to teardrop shape. Okay, then you'll take each piece and you'll just flatten it out a little bit so that you're lengthening that teardrop / triangle, just like that. And this is very quick to do. It's a quick little cane that I like to use in some of my kaleidoscopes. And then what we'll do is, if you have any off distorted ends, you just want to slice that off. Whoops. And then you want to pop these together, just like this. And then you're going to position it on the table so that all of the backs of your canes, the round part of the teardrop, or the round side of the teardrop, is positioned flat against the table. And this might mean that your corners come apart from each other. You want to squish those back together while keeping the round side of the teardrop flat against the table. You're just going to pinch that up until you get a triangular shape. And I just like patting the ends over here, because while I'm doing this, sometimes the ends can bow out. And so you'll end up with something looking somewhat like that. Now, it doesn't look nice on these ends yet because we've got a bit of distortion on it. But before we cut, we want to make sure that we've got the shape right. You want to go to all of the corners now, and you want to pinch them to make sure that they're nice and sharp, and you want a triangle shape. I like to just go over and smooth them with my fingers to make sure that I got it all nice and neat. And then you'll go with your knife and you'll chop off the distorted ends. Okay, now I'll bring it up to show you. And that is what you should get. Very quick, very easy. And this is what we are going to be using in the kaleidoscope. So I thought I'd just quickly show you that, because you're going to need it for the kaleidoscope tutorial, and it's just a very simple tutorial, and it does demonstrate how versatile bullseye canes can be. You could go ahead and use this in a flower if you wanted to. You could even make it a butterfly wing. But it means that it really just demonstrates that bullseye canes can be used in any cane. They can be manipulated in all sorts of shapes, and so I do encourage you to go and take your bullseye canes and play around with them and see what you can make, because if you just combine them all together into different shapes, you can create many different things. Here's another example of what I've done with a bullseye cane. It's a lace cane. So these were both done with bullseye canes, but you can see they're very different from each other. So anyway, I do hope that was helpful to you, and if it was, do check the links below, as there'll be links to more tutorials like this one. And if you're on YouTube, there'll also be a link down there to my website, Jessama Tutorials. Please check that out, as I have articles, tips and tricks, and many other bits and pieces that I'm sure that you'll find helpful. And so please do check that out, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.